Hello everybody, welcome to the vlog. My name is Elena. I'm a K-5 behavior special education teacher and this is a week of my life. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you subscribe and stick along and watch all the craziness that happens week to week. This week I have big goals of filming at least one, if not two, kind of specialty topic videos. I've had some people ask me some questions, one specifically about lesson planning, and then just another one about a bunch of other random questions I've been asked that I just kind of want to address in a sit down video and put it all in one place. So I'm hoping to get those two videos out this week, or if not this week, soon. But this video that you're gonna watch is just a week in my life. So welcome. I also announced in my last vlog that I actually accepted a new job as the instructional coach at our building for next year. So this will be my last school year for now as just a special education teacher. However, I really hope you subscribe and stick along because I will not just be supporting, it won't be just special ed anymore, but I'll be supporting all the teachers in our building. So that includes special ed, that includes gen ed. I taught gen ed for 6 years before I moved into this special education role. So I'm hoping that my videos become more helpful to even more people from the instructional coach role, and it'll still include a lot of special education content. So anyways, today, just to debrief with you a little bit, was honestly a really good day. I did have one student who was absent, so that made things a little bit easier as far as behavior goes and kind of what to expect for the day. The schedule ran pretty much as planned, and that just always feels really good to know that we are keeping on task, keeping up with our interventions, with our lessons. That's always the hard part. We're trying to address behavior, but then behavior gets in the way of getting our academics done, and then we fall behind there, and we're trying to make progress in both areas, but they affect each other. So that can be frustrating at times when we sit down for data meetings and we're talking about behavior and academic data and why we're not making progress with academic data. And I think about how many times just even one student's behavior, though, if I'm consistently missing other kids' intervention lessons because I have to go de-escalate a student, it just becomes this really bad cycle then that it affects everyone else in the room too. So the days that we have that go on schedule and intervention lessons get done, those are always welcome and appreciated. So today felt like that. I've got some kids who are on U-Fly lessons that we're doing. I've got some fluency folders and routines set up for some kids, and some others. One that's on phonics for reading is his intervention. I guess those are the reading ones that I'm doing right now, mostly around decoding and some foundational skills, building our fluency up. But yeah, what else are we doing? We're using emotional ABCs for a lot of social skills instruction right now. The actual intervention that they're on is their behavior plan intervention, but what I'm using for instruction on the skill building is emotional ABCs for most of them right now. And that's kind of covering our bases. For writing, we use a lot of graphic organizers to match and just scaffold what they're doing in the classroom, in the gen ed classroom. So that's kind of what we're doing for that. I will show you a fluency folder before I leave today to go pick up my kids. If you know, I don't have a lot of time here outside my contract hours because I have to be able to go pick up my kids and drop them off in the morning. So we are cutting that close right now. I've actually got 2 of these for this student. So partner 1 and partner 2. I've got another student who is doing this as part of his fluency work. My kids all have a checklist of work they have to get done for the day. They're all somewhere in between being self-contained in my room and reintegration in the classroom. So to keep us on track with getting everything done, whether they're with me in here or they're in the classroom, pretty much all have checklists of what they're expected to get done for the day, and then reinforcements, incentives towards getting that done for the day and through the week. Excuse me. So anyways, this is one of the fluency intervention practices that the student does. not with me, with his associate, the adult, but it came from the Iowa Reading Research Center. It's a varied reading practice. It's for students in grade 4, but I have 2 different students doing this. One is a 4th grader and one is a 5th grader, actually. The gist of it is, like, here's for session 1, and there's 3 passages. They read each passage. The partner, who for this student is the adult, is going to listen to them read. So that's why there's 2 folders, because there's 2 sets of this, and they can follow along and mark. They are timing it of how long it took them and the number of errors. The goal is, I mean, they're all around a similar difficulty level and skill set that we are working on in there. So the goal is to get faster and have fewer errors, and this is what their progress monitoring is every week to, not this specific one, but I have to do a timed fast passage for them on FastBridge, counting how many words, the correct words in a minute, and number of errors. So that is a great practice for that skill and that intervention. And yeah, it's just like part of their checklist for the day, is one of their things that they have to get done. So that's the fluency folder my kids are working on today. Just currently. I also have my checklist over here of stuff that I'm trying to get done and cleaned out for a workspace for a student. We're basically taking the old office that turned into a closet, that now we're trying to re-clean out the closet and turn it back into a workspace for a student. Just trying to separate out some of the behaviors so they're not so influencing on each other in here. Because if you have a self-contained room at all, or just students with behaviors that come into your room, you know how much it affects everyone else in your room. And when I have multiple students who struggle with behavior and emotional regulation, to just have one other person come in who's dysregulated can really just set off the whole bunch of them. And then you've got multiple kids you're trying to de-escalate at the same time. Not ideal. So trying to separate out some of them that continually set each other off. So that's what this checklist over here is for, of the stuff that where it needs to go and whatnot. So anyways, okay, I've talked way too long. I need to go pick up my daughter. She's on the verge of crawling right now. She's 5 months old. Actually, she turns 6 months old next week. So we're really close to that. But she was like up on all 4s today. And this morning we were getting ready. I really thought she was going to take off. And I'm pretty sure she probably did at daycare today. We'll see when we get home if she did or not. But yeah, the weather is also finally nice. We had bunch of late starts last week and the week before because we had this terrible cold, and in the matter from last Thursday to today we've had a 75-degree swing. So it feels like spring now, and I really hope this weather lasts. I've lived in the Midwest for too long to expect it to actually last. I know it'll get cold again because it's still February, but I just pray with everything in my soul that we can keep this nice spring weather and stay in the 50s. But anyways, okay, thanks for being here. I hope you subscribe. I hope you continue watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, and happy Wednesday. Yesterday was a blur. I did not check in at all, and to be honest, today was a blur as well. I ended the day yesterday with an IEP amendment meeting, which was a little tense. I think we ended in a good place, but trying to get there was a little tense. Had a lot of pushback from the parent, which can be tough to work through, and not always the most fun of meetings. I think we ended in a good place though. I try so hard to always stress, probably don't need that in the frame. I try to always stress about problem solving with the parent and empathizing with them and hearing where they're coming from. Sometimes they just need to be heard and get it off their chest and get their frustrations voiced. And it's not always a frustration with us. It's just that their child is struggling and they don't know what to do, how to help either. And a lot of that comes down to providing resources for them and other solutions or things to try. So while mom was frustrated with the behavior that her son is showing, understandably so, we really worked on hearing her out and trying to talk through the things that we're trying to do to problem solve that and to help her son and get them to realize that we are on the same team. But it can be challenging to get there, and it doesn't always happen right away. So yeah, that's just kind of how we ended the day yesterday. And then I had to leave really quickly to go get my daughter because that meeting actually went late after school and after contract time, and then I had to rush out of here to get her from daycare. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any tips that you have for working with parents, and especially if you've got a parent who is frustrated and is, kind of pushing back on the things that the school is proposing, what your tips are for working through that and getting on the same page with parents. Like I said, my best advice is to hear them out, make sure that they know that they are heard and validated, and to really work towards, like, we're on the same team here. These are things that we're trying to do to help your child, and really help them to see, like, we are working together, we're on a team, we want the same things, we want improved outcomes and success for your child. So how can we get there? So yeah, anyways, then today is a Wednesday. We have professional development today. So today is one of the Lighthouse team day for us. And so we met in our action teams. I had to come and do my puppy break, and then I need to go back so we can meet as a Lighthouse team. And that's what I need to go and do next. There is also a SPED leadership team meeting this afternoon, but I'm not going to it. I'm staying for our Lighthouse team meeting here because given that I'm going to be our instructional coach here next year, really gonna prioritize as much as I can doing things with our current instructional coach and learning what she's doing so I can take that role over next year. And she does a lot with the Lighthouse team, which I'm already on the Lighthouse team, but it's more important then for me to be at the Lighthouse team meeting today rather than the SPED leadership team meeting. So yeah, that I guess is the summary from the last 2 days. I am working really hard with students on getting stuff prepped for conferences and kind of showing our progress and what students are going to show, because we are a Lighthouse school. We are going to be, or a Leader in Me school, we are going to be doing student-led conferences, and our students are going to be going through their portfolios with their parents. So just trying to get that prepped and ready, and that's what a lot of social skills has been this week. A lot of just like going through our goals packets. I shared this a while back, but I made these goal packets for our students with all of our things that we are monitoring. So like our reading, we use A reading, and our CVMR, that's like the fast correct words per minute, and Lexia are the kind of the main things that we're tracking and taking data from. And then in math, we use iReady, so they've got a diagnostic, and then of course our behavior goals. So yeah, and then I created packets around it, so they're tracking every week how they're doing on their graph for CVMR, and the Lexia units we're getting done weekly, and the MyPath lessons and the Fluency Flight, just trying to track like the action steps towards those goals. And it doesn't include everything, obviously. There's like classroom work and such that gets included in this too, but yeah, those and then putting the portfolios together is the next part of that, and showing like the different work pieces and other work samples to show more of that work. But yeah, that's kind of what a lot of this week has consisted of. So tomorrow we will continue doing that, continue hoping for positive behavior outcomes. And I'm trying to think what else. Tomorrow we have a Leader in Me habit assembly, and the school board is visiting us tomorrow. So we're getting ready with our student Lighthouse team as well about leading the tours for the school board members of like through the school, and all of our different lead measures and goals that are wildly important goals that are posted on the scoreboards, bulletin boards out in the hallways. So yeah, that's kind of it for today. I'm going to wrap this up for today so I can get back to my next meeting, but I will check in with you tomorrow.
Then ask students why they think the author wrote the book.
Hello everybody, happy Thursday. It's the end of the day. It's actually 5 o'clock. I am here late because I have a parent-teacher conference for a student. His teacher is about to have a baby, and so our conferences are actually in 2 weeks, but she's getting hers done before then to make sure she can get them in before she has a baby. So I actually went and picked my daughter up from daycare. She's sitting here with me, and I brought her back because I just don't have another option. My husband is taking my son to a college basketball game tonight for our town's local college team. So yeah, they're doing that and having a boys' night, which is fun. And I'm bringing my daughter to a parent-teacher conference, which is fine. It's just what it is. Today was honestly a really good day. There was a fight between two of my kids out at recess today, but other than that, everything else was really good. So we're just gonna, say it was a really good day overall. And most of the kids, besides that 5 to 10 minute blip during recess, the rest of the day went swimmingly. So that is a good day. We are this close to having that area cleaned out for the student work area. So I've got about 15 minutes before this conference starts, and I'm gonna move some stuff over there so that he is ready to work in there tomorrow. And yeah, that's kind of the plan. I'm trying to think what else happened today. We had a Leader in Me assembly today, and the school board did their visit today. And next week we are doing a masked reader event with it being Read Across America Week. So today I did a preview for that as a part of our assembly, and I had this blow up dinosaur costume, and hopefully I can put a little clip or picture in here of that. And went and read a page of a book, and the kids had to guess who it was, and so that was really fun. And yeah, I even went and taught one of my reading lessons to one of my students wearing that costume because he said he wasn't going to do it unless I wore it. I said, okay, watch, and I did, and he did the lesson. So that was fun. Other than that, I don't really have any updates except the weather is beautiful. We're gonna have another nice day tomorrow. It's gonna be in the 50s. It's been like that all week, which has just been such a relief from the way the weather has been the last few weeks. And yeah, tomorrow's Friday, so we made it through the week. Just got to get through this parent-teacher conference, and then tomorrow's Friday. So I will check in with you tomorrow.
Try to take one ride around in my body. Can't say I saw you around when I started. I'm a hometown hero, that's a far that I came, but I never knew if it would fall into